Hello, my name is Karimi Alonso, and this is Jacob Blackmore. Today we will talk about how to ace a job interview. Many of us look great on paper, but we just don't know how to ace that job interview. Knowing how to ace an interview is important for you so you can get that position that you've been going to school for. Today we will learn how to dress for a job interview, how to answer questions during an interview, what to do and what not to do during an interview. First impressions are very important. For a job interview, it begins with how you look and dress. It is important for both men and women to dress professionally for the position they're applying for. Most often, that means wearing a suit. Never dress down, even if the position requires a dress down. You want to look presentable as well as smell good. Here are a few tips on how to dress for a job interview. For men, wear a fitting and comfortable suit. That includes a matching jacket and pants, a dress shirt, tie, coordinating socks, and well polished dress shoes. Your shoes should match your belt. It is best to wear a dark colored suit with a light colored shirt. Avoid loud and flashy ties. Make sure your clothes are neat, clean, and pressed. Do not show up in wrinkled clothes. Personal hygiene is also very important. Shower or bathe on the morning of the interview. Also shave, and if you have a beard or a mustache, have it trimmed and neat. Have your hair neat and conservative. Use deodorant, but don't wear cologne or aftershave, which can be overpowering to your interviewer. Brush your teeth before you leave for the interview, and don't eat or smoke right before the interview. You want to have a fresh breath. For women, wear a comfortable and fitting suit with a skirt or pants. That includes wearing a conservative blouse with a suit and conservative low-heeled shoes that are clean and in good condition. Avoid bright colors, animal prints, and anything lacy, sheer, or low cut. Your hose should be of neutral color and matching with your skin tone. Wear knee-length skirts and nothing too tight. Keep jewelry and hair accessories to a minimum. Stick to those that are not flashy, shiny, or distracting. Don't wear too many rings. One ring per hand is enough. Your hair should be neat and conservatively styled. Wear your hair in an updo or pull it back on a low ponytail. You should look polished and professional. Shower or bathe on the morning of the interview. Use deodorant but no perfume. Brush your teeth before leaving for the interview, and don't eat or smoke before the interview. Good hygiene and dressing professionally shows respect for yourself, the interviewer, and the company. Now that I have shared with you how to dress for a job interview, let's hear from Jake on how to answer questions during an interview.
Thank you, Kareem. It is important to know how to look, but as equally important to know how to answer interviewers' questions. Honesty. Being honest is important. You will want to be honest about your abilities and qualities that you might offer to a potential employer. Listening is just as important. To be listening to what your interviewer is asking is the best way to show that you're interested and that you have vested your time and energy into the company, that you will be able to answer their questions correctly. Draw from your experiences. In an interview, you will be asked many situational questions. When these questions arise, it is important to draw from your experiences because they are true and they will put you in a positive light, and they will also show that you are able to solve problems. You will also want to answer these questions timely. When your interviewer asks you questions, you want to answer them timely and honestly. Taking too much time shows that you are either not paying attention or you don't know and you are stalling for time trying to come up with a good answer. Listening, drawing from personal experiences, and answering timely and honestly are some of the best ways to show your interviewer that you are the best person for the job. Here's Karimi.
Thank you, Jacob. Now we will talk about what to do during a job interview. You will need to do research on the company, and arrive early to the interview. Do greet the receptionist or assistant with courtesy and respect. Also, greet the interviewer with their titles such as Doctor, Mr., Miss, and then their last name, and shake hands firmly. Do wait until you're offered a chair before sitting. Sit upright, look alert, and interested throughout the interview. Do show enthusiasm to the company and the position. Do have confidence and high energy levels, but do not be overly aggressive. Do maintain good eye contact with the interviewer. Do ask intelligent questions to the interviewer so as to look interested. Do bring extra resumes to the job interview and sell yourself to the interviewer. Tell the interviewer why you're the best candidate for the job. Close the interview by telling the interviewer that you want the job and ask about the next step in the process. Write thank you letters within 24 hours to the interviewer. Remember, showing courtesy, intelligence, and enthusiasm during a job interview will uh, will improve your chances of getting the job. Now that you know what to do during a job interview, we'll have Jake tell us what not to do during a job interview.
Thanks, Karimi. Here are some simple don'ts that will help you considerably during your interview. Don't chew gum. Chewing gum is often rude and will interfere with your ability to answer questions. You might also choke, so it is all around a bad idea. Don't just rely on your skills and abilities. Just because you can do the job doesn't mean that you will get the job. You must remember that you need to be liked. Most of the time, you will work directly with your interviewer or indirectly. Don't use slang or crass language. You might offend and may not be understood by the interviewer. Don't joke. You might offend the interviewer as well. And just because you think a joke is funny doesn't mean that it is to everyone. It can be a large negative on your score sheet. Don't offer any negative information about yourself. The goal during an interview is to make yourself look good. You should not tell your faults and weaknesses willingly. Don't answer cell phones and make sure it is off during an interview, as it is rude and it also shows lack of interest. And lastly, don't ask about money or salary, vacations, sick days, leave days, or anything that pertains to the subject, unless you are offered the job. Then it is appropriate to ask about those things. If you follow these simple lists of do's and don'ts, it is a great way to keep you on track during an interview. Now that you have heard how to dress, how to respond and answer questions during an interview, and simple do's and don'ts, now let's get out there and land the dream position that we have always wanted. Thanks.
Okay.
Okay, you can end it now.